Hello everybody, and tonight we're going to do another unboxing. Harry Potter, the Hogwarts Battle cooperative deck building game for 2 to 4 players, but you can play it solo, it's not a problem at all. And it was released by a company called USA Opoly. So, I've seen playthroughs of this game. And unlike other deck builders, there is actually progression from game to game. So you play through a campaign of 7 games. While you always start with the same set of core cards, you don't upgrade your hand or your deck as you go along. The game changes, different things happen, different mechanics are used. In the beginning you have only cards, later on there will be dice rolling. Oh yes, there will be dice rolling. And also the type of cards that you can buy changes from game to game, so you add more. And of course you will meet all of the infamous and famous heroes and villains from the Harry Potter verse. And let's see what's in the box. First of all, I have to say it's a really lovely box. It's very sturdy. Oh, look. I like it when they actually take the time to put something on the inside of the box rather than just the naked cardboard. Oh, very nice. I have to zoom in here and I hope I can catch this. This is what you see when you unbox it. The Marauders map. We all know what happens with the Marauders map. As and when I will play this, I will be spoiling the books. Maybe the films, but also interviews with the author J.K. Rowling, who I admire personally. She's a very, very inspirational individual. You should totally check out her interviews. They are all on YouTube. You should also read A Casual Vacancy. I can really recommend this. If you want to have a topical commentary on life in England today, life amongst the people who are not in the 1%, you should totally read this. Okay, so we have the Itinerarium Maraudensium, the Marauders map for Messieurs Mooney, Wormtail, Prongs and Padfoot. And they are proud to present the Marauders map. As we open it, oh, look. So beautiful. This is the back. Here you've got the coat of arms. I'm just going to zoom out of Hogwarts. This is the back. And then as you turn it around, you get the play area, because this is a deck builder that comes with a play area that you can use, which is beautiful. It says Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle, a cooperative deck building game. This is where you put the locations. This is where you put the villains. This is where you put the dark arts cards. When you draw the villains and you actually put them in play, this is what happens down here. Down here, I don't know if you can see it, there are these little lightning symbols. These stand for damage that you can do. And over here is what you would call the market offering, for example, in a game like Thunderstone Advance. And oh, it's so beautiful because they've actually superimposed a floor plan of Hogwarts. I don't think you can make this out, but there are even little footprints here. I'm just going to zoom in. These are little footprints, and those of you who have watched the movies will know that in the films these actually appear as somebody walks. They do it really, really nicely. Oh, this is beautiful. Okay, I'm loving this already. You know how I really enjoy it when they take pains in giving you immersive components, and this is definitely one. Here we've got the rule book, Game 1, Hogwarts Battle Overview. Very sturdy paper. I love this. This is high quality. it actually tells you how to play this. So, whoops, zoom out. It tells you that you need to sort and distribute the contents as shown. Leave in boxes for games 2 to 7. So the cards come in boxes. And it's a little bit like a legacy game in that you don't get to open all of them in the beginning. This is where you put the information and the tokens. You've got 8 villain control tokens. You use these to show that the villains are taking control of the different locations you will be interacting with. 35 attack tokens and 25 influence tokens. Now you assign the attack tokens to the villains, and influence works like the resources in Lord of the Rings. So you basically get them when you play cards and you just draw them and then you pay. And one might say, okay, well, you don't have this in games like Legendary Encounters, where you basically just add up the number of influence that you have to hire or recruit points, and there is no tokens for this. But if you've ever watched a playthrough, this game gets a lot more traffic. It gets a lot more hectic than, I would say, a game of Legendary Encounters. And also there are cards that allow you to distribute influence to other players, or also give attacks to other players. And then, of course, you need to have the tokens so that they remember. You also have player boards which track your life stats. And then it goes on to say, open the game box 1 and proceed to the next page. I mean, this is really, even just the way they are explaining the game is amazing. I'm loving this already. USA Opoly, if you're watching, I'm already amazed. Oh, and look at this. You don't even have to punch the counters. They punch them for you. I've never seen this before. And now we come to something really beautiful. I've seen this and I've so been looking forward to having these in my hand. These are metal coins, well, coin-like things. They all have like a little skull. It's not a Death Eater skull, but it's a skull. And they're made of metal. They're actually pretty heavy, and you use those to distribute the influence on the locations. Okay, so very happy already. I mean, this is just beautiful. Oh, awesome, awesome. And here we have the player boards. You have health from 10 down to stun. You don't die, but you can get stunned, and then this has a certain effect. And here we have, okay, proficiency cards. I don't know what these are, and I have not seen them in action yet. Okay, and location cards. Okay. Oh, I know what these are. These are actually dividers. Sorry, these are dividers. So let's look at game box number 1. Because I do want to do an unboxing, but I'm not going to unbox everything because I don't want to. As you can see, they're different sizes. This one is a lot wider than the other ones, and game 1 is very wide as well. And I believe this is wider because it's got the spoilers. In game 4, they introduce 4 dice. So let's see. Ah, oh, and nothing in plastic. Is this a green company? Oh, there is some plastic. Okay, let's see. We have the these are the Dark Arts cards. They are like event cards in the Lord of the Rings LCG. I'm just going to zoom in a little. So here we've got Lord Voldemort, or also known as He Who Must Not Be Named. It's an event. Get him twice, 3 times. Flipendo. Dark Arts. Active hero loses 1 heart and discards a card. Expulso. Active hero loses 2 hearts. Dark Arts event Petrification. All heroes lose 1 heart and cannot draw extra cards this turn. The active hero does draw 5 cards at the end of his turn. And that's all for the first game. So these would be the events you are drawing from, and as you cycle through the deck, you apply the effects, and then once you're done, you have to go through it again. Here we have the villains. Of course, we've got Quirinus Quirrell, the guy with the turban, and we all know that underneath the turban hides the Dark Lord. Draco Malfoy, an interesting character. Crabbe and Goyle, they're just dim and fat. And these are all the heroes, these are all the villains that come with the first one. Then we've got the Mirror of Erised, which is a location. Game 1, card 2 of 2. Game 1, card 1 of 2 is Diagon Alley. That's where we start our game. And then we have a turn order card for game 1. Reveal and resolve a Dark Arts event card. Resolve villain abilities, play Hogwarts cards, and take hero actions. And there are 4 of these because you can play with 4 heroes. And here are our heroes. We've got Neville Longbottom. Only problem is I can't remember what I've forgotten. Ron Weasley. What do you think they're doing keeping a thing like that locked up in a school? Of course, Harry Potter, the eponymous hero. I can't be a wizard. I mean, I'm just Harry. I'm just Harry. And, of course, my all-time favourite, although I really hated her when I read the books. And when I was reading the books, book 1 and 2, I was under the impression that the author must be a man because the only females that were in there were terrible people. Now I know that actually Hermione Granger, and that's her name, it's not pronounced Hermione, is J.K. Rowling. Now, if you two don't mind, I'm going to bed before either of you come up with another clever idea that gets us killed or worse, expelled. So this is what you will be doing in game 1. And now, I don't have sleeves that fit these. Oh, terrible. So, here we have the actual game cards. They come in different compartments, as it were. Yes, indeed, they do, don't they? Okay, so let's get started. Here we've got an ally, Trevor. And we'll just zoom in. Trevor is an ally and he belongs to Neville. So this is part of Neville's starting deck. Alohomora. Influence card, again from the Neville deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Alohomoras. 1 Trevor. 1 Remember All. 1 Mandrake. 7 Alohomoras and 3 Neville cards that are specific to his character. Everybody else also starts with Alohomoras. Mandrake, choose 1, gain 1 attack, or any 1 hero gains 2 hearts. Remember All, gain 1 influence, and if you discard this, gain 2 influence. And of course, his pet, Trevor. Here we have Hermione. Hermie 1, I really love this. Crookshanks, choose 1, gain 1 attack or 2 hearts. Alohomora, Alohomora. The Tales of Beedle the Bard, choose 1, gain 2 influence, influence, or all heroes gain 1 influence. Another Alohomora, 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 Alohomora. Time Turner, gain 1 influence. You may put spells that you acquire on top of your deck instead of your discard pile. That's a very powerful card, honey. Very powerful. Okay. Very good. Of course, I will be playing with the only girl in the game, and of course Neville, because he's my all-time hero, because I've got a colleague who reminds me of him, and it's a colleague I love dearly. Ally, Hedwig. That's for Harry, of course. And as you can see, these all have the same abilities, like gain 1 attack or gain 2 hearts. That's the same for Trevor, for Crookshanks, and for Hedwig. We've got the 7 Alohomoras, 1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7. And then, of course, we have the ones that are really specific and do different things. So Harry is able to use his invisibility cloak to avoid damage. If he gets 2 damage from a villain or from a card, from a dark arts card, he can reduce his damage by 1 to a limit of 1. And then he's got his firebolt. So very good, very nice. I like what they did with this. And let's see where we have Ron, also known as Won. And here he is. He's, of course, somebody who's beloved of all people, and that's why he's very good with allies. So he's got every flavor beans. Bertie Bott's every flavor beans. He gains 1 influence playing this card, and for each ally he's played this turn, he gains 1 attack. Very good. Aluhumoras. And we have a clean sweep 11, gain 1 attack. If you defeat 1 villain, also gain 1 influence. And Pigwidgeon, his owl, choose 1, gain 1 attack or gain 2 hearts. Very good. So these are our heroes cards. And then we've got the general deck, which you populate the Hogwarts. They're called Hogwarts cards. This is what you populate the general offering with. We've got the sorting hat. Very apt. You gain 2 influence, and if you use the influence this turn to get an ally or allies, you don't put them in your discard pile, but you put them on your draw deck, on the top of your draw deck. Reparo, choose 1, gain 2 influence or draw a card. Reparos, 1, 2, 3. We've got plenty of those. We've got a Lumos. All heroes draw a card. We like card draw. Yep. Too much. Lumos Incendio. Gain 1 attack. Draw a card. Descendo. Gain 2. Wingardium Leviosa. It's not Leviosa, it's Leviosa. Gain 1 influence. You may put items you acquire on top of your deck instead of on your discard pile. Golden Snitch, gain 2 influence and draw a card. Essence of Dittany, any 1 hero gains 2 hearts. So that's very good. It gives you power, it gives you life back. And then, of course, Quidditch Gear, gain 1 attack and 1 heart back. So, and then, of course, we've got a couple of allies. We've got Hagrid, Rubeus Hagrid, gain 1 attack and all heroes gain 1 heart. Oliver Wood, can I borrow wood? Gain 1 attack, and if you defeat a villain, any 1 hero gains 2 hearts. And lastly, we of course have Albus Dumbledore. All heroes gain 1 attack, 1 influence, and 1 heart, and draw a card. But he's also very expensive. He requires 8 influence to buy. So these would be the cards that are available to you in your first game. And you have to choose your villain, of course. And I will play this tonight, but I won't be doing any filming because my battery is actually looking a little bit unhappy. So I give you Harry Potter Hogwarts Battle by USA Opoly, which is a terrible name if you ask me. And I have to say the components are amazing. They are amazing. And I'm really looking forward to playing this game, and I hope that you will join me on my journey as we explore Hogwarts and Harry Potter's adventures and his friends' adventures, and hopefully we will be able to defeat the Dark Lord Voldemort. See you soon and talk to you soon. Bye bye.